welcome back to my channel. I'm Melissa. So today I'm going to do a wrap up and show you what I'm currently reading. So I have 6 books here that I have recently read and finished, and I really want to talk to you guys about them. And then of course I'll show you what I'm currently reading after I get through all these. So these are in no particular order. So we're just gonna go and we're just gonna talk about books. So the first one that I recently read is The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars. I love the different ethnic backgrounds of the characters. I found it really intriguing. I also love seeing how not only like our just going about our everyday life and just saying a simple hi or a simple thank you could actually change somebody's life and in such a deep way. And I really enjoyed seeing that and how everything kind of interwove, and I just found it really interesting. And I love the characters and their ethnic backgrounds and just kind of like what they believe in, and it just was so good and so cute, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. It was a little slow at spots and it wasn't like my overall favorite book, but I still did really enjoy it, and it's just a cute contemporary, and I like that it's not your atypical contemporary and it's just a little bit different, and it's a great book. So definitely recommend this if you need a good book. So then the next 2 books that I read are books in a series. I finished off this series, and that is This Shattered World and Their Fractured Light by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. These are the 2nd and 3rd book in the Starbound trilogy. I loved both of these books. I believe I gave both of them 5 stars. They're just such a great sci-fi series. Highly recommend it if you like Illuminae. Definitely recommend these books. They're just so good, and the cast of characters and how they developed, it just is such a good, like, the characters are just so developed and so character driven, and I just love the series, and the story just was really interesting and intriguing. It's a sci-fi, so if you like sci-fi and space stuff, definitely recommend these. So the first one actually follows 2 characters. The girl is like the daughter of this really well-known company, and then it follows a major in the army, and they end up being the only survivors on this huge cruise liner, and like 20,000 people died or something like that, or I forget how many, but and then they like land on this like strange planet and stuff happens, and it's just so freaking good. Definitely recommend it. The audiobooks are amazing. They have different narrators for each character, and they're just so freaking good. Definitely recommend them. They're it's just a 5-star read overall. It's such a great series. Then the next book I read is The Wicked King by Holly Black. 5 stars. Loved it. Well, I think I gave it 4.5 stars, to be honest, because it was a little slow in the beginning to get into, and then that ending hooked me. So I definitely enjoyed this book. I have to say, overall, I think The Cruel Prince is my favorite out of the series so far. But this one was really good. A lot of stuff went down. A lot of stuff happened. And I did not see that ending coming. It's such a good series, especially if you like fae and fairy type stories. This one's a more darker twist on the faes and fairies, and it is just so stinking good. It's dark and it's just so good. I loved it. So highly recommend this series. I think you guys probably already know what it's about. It's everywhere, and this is obviously the sequel to The Cruel Prince. So yeah, I love this series so much, and now I have to wait until January to get the other one. I'm so sad, but I'm so happy I read it. So then the next one I read is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. I believe I gave this one 4.5. Yes, I gave this one 4.5 stars. I did really enjoy it, and I like that even though Selena now works for the king, she still finds a way to do what's right and what she believes in, and I really like that part. And I love Selena's character, and she just grows so much. And then Dorian, and then Kale kind of irritated me in this one, but they're just such good characters, and it's such a good immersive like fantasy story. So if you want something that's really immersive, I highly recommend this series. I can't get enough of the series. It's so good. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. There's a lot of stuff that happens. Obviously I can't tell you about it because it's the second book, but definitely recommend the Throne of Glass series if you like fantasy and you need something good to get into. So the next book is Everlist by Sarah Holland. I give this one 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I found the concept of drawing time from your blood really interesting. And there were parts where the main character kind of got on my nerves, but for the most part, it's really good. And there are a lot, I would say there's a lot of tropes in this, at least for me, you know, the main character crushed on the prince and turns out to be like the bad one or whatever. And it's a cute story. Not a cute story. It's a good story. I really enjoyed it. I probably will continue on with the series. But overall, I don't think it was like anything like amazing. Like it didn't like blow me away like I was hoping it would. I still did really enjoy like the concept and stuff. There were times like the main character grinded on me, but for the most part, it was a very enjoyable read. So, and yeah. I have nothing else to say. 4 stars. Then the last book I'm going to talk about, well, the last book in my wrap up is a book that I actually did not care for at all. And that is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Navu. I don't know how to say it. I didn't really care for this book. I listened to it on an audiobook, and it has like a full cast audiobook. I found it really confusing at times, and then like the timeline was really choppy. For some reason, I was feeling like this took place over the course of like months. It actually takes place over the course of years, like multiple years, and I found it really weird. And then the whole romance in it I found kind of off-putting, and I really thought it took away from the story, and it didn't add anything at all. If anything, it made me hate the characters even more. And yeah, I just didn't really care for it at all. I don't mind like interview formats and stuff like that. Illuminate was awesome because the whole story flowed, and it wasn't like choppy. But this one, like, there's so many characters to try to like remember and stuff. I didn't connect with any of the characters, by the way. There's just so many characters to try to remember and like feel something for, I guess you could say, but I didn't. Like, I found all the characters annoying, and I hated all of them, and they were stupid. Like, some of the stuff that they did were like, really? Like, and I guess it didn't catch me enough to want to continue with this book. I did give it 2 stars, but as I think more and more on it, I really feel like, to me, it's a 1-star read, because honestly, there's nothing about this book that I liked. And that's just my personal opinion, but there is nothing I absolutely like about this book. And yeah, I just didn't enjoy it at all. It's not for me, but it may be for somebody else. So anyways, so that's it for my wrap up. So what I'm currently reading, I have 3 big books here. 2 are physical reads and 1 is an audiobook. So the audiobook I'm listening to is Cress by Marissa Meyer. This is the 3rd book in their Lunar Chronicles series, and I am loving it. I love this series and this world, and I love that they did Rapunzel in a way, and it's so good. I thoroughly enjoy it. I don't know exactly where I'm at in the book, but I am really enjoying this audiobook. Then I am currently reading 5 Feet Apart. I was actually going to be reading this because we were going to go to the movies this weekend, but then our movie theater, which they're a bunch of shitheads, decided to not get this movie in this weekend. So we're quite mad about that. But yeah, I was going to read this, so I had read it before we go see the movie. But I am currently reading this one. I am not very far, 39 pages, so I'm not very far. But it's really cute so far from what I'm reading. And then the last current read is Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. This is obviously for the Mass-a-thon, and this is the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series. I am 53 pages in. I'm enjoying it. It is a little bit slower, but for the most part, it's enjoyable, and yeah. So yeah, that is what I am currently reading. So let me know if you guys read any of these books. Hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear any of your guys' thoughts on the books that I've read. I love to chat with you guys, as always. And then like and subscribe if you like to follow me elsewhere. All my links are in the box. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.